Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to amazing places to visit in Canada. Now, I've said it now for a while that I really want to go to Canada this year, ideally, probably towards the end of the year, sort of October, November sort of time. And apart from, the usual suspects of, Toronto, Vancouver, Quebec, I don't have a clue. I haven't got a clue about, the sights to see, the places to go. I've got no idea. So I thought this would be, a good idea to sort of just start building up a kind of itinerary in my head of the places that look good, that I can start making notes, start planning things. I'll probably have maybe 10 days to 2 weeks. So I'm not really sure how much of the country I'd be able to see in that time. Ideally as much as possible, but I wouldn't want traveling between the places to eat up too much time. So yeah, this should be a fun one.
If you're looking for an amazing destination with beautiful scenery, lakes, lighthouses, mountains and valleys,
Wow,
Canada
stunning
won't
view.
disappoint you. Visit a quiet town, a national park, or a wilderness area not far from a major city for a vacation filled with gorgeous views, northern lights, waterfalls, and fun outdoor adventures. Canada has it all. Let's take a look at the 10 best places to visit in Canada.
Let's go.
Number 1. Banff National
Look
Park.
at the water.
Canada is famous for its beautiful landscapes. If you really enjoy nature, you can't miss the Banff National Park. The beauty of nature is all you will find in Canada's first national park, located in Alberta's Rocky Mountains. Incredible wildlife living in those Rocky Mountains, combined with big glacial lakes, form up a beautiful, breathtaking
Wow, this looks like a screensaver. It looks like, one of those screensavers you get on a new laptop.
view you can't miss. Banff's park system allows you to do some hiking or enjoy the landscapes on a bike ride. You can also do a kayak ride. Don't miss the opportunity to be one with Canadian nature and visit this beautiful park on your next vacation. Number 2. Niagara Falls. These breathtaking waterfalls do not need too much introduction. You have probably heard about them before. Niagara Falls is one of the most beautiful waterfalls in the whole world, so you absolutely have to include it on your list when visiting the country. We assure you that you will enjoy these Canadian views, especially Horseshoe Falls.
Dude, this is amazing. This is just mesmerizing. How close can you get to seeing this? Can you sit here? It's probably too risky, isn't it?
Considered the most
No, you can't.
beautiful
It's
of these
water.
3 falls.
I thought that was
Number
rock.
3. Quebec City. It's the only fortified city
That's so
in the
cool. Look
North
at that.
American continent north of Mexico. Stroll through the cobblestone streets and soak in the city's magnificent heritage, storied past, and European charm. Quebec City is one of the most enchanting places to see in Canada because of its many activities and attractions throughout the year. Visit the Citadel of Quebec, an active military installation with over 300 years of history. Relax at Battlefields Park, the site of fierce clashes between the British and French empires. Today, within the park's 255 acres, you'll find
Man, this looks like England. This looks just like England. Wow. The similarities is really, really strong.
landscaped gardens, monuments, fountains, and riverfront views. Perched on a cliff top 60 meters above the St. Lawrence River is the panoramic Dufferin Terrace. This 425-meter-long boardwalk is a marvelous setting for a stroll with spectacular views. Number 4. Toronto.
Toronto.
Even though Canada is famous for its wildlife and natural landscapes, it also has some cool things to see in its cities. Try delighting yourself with some artworks in the Ontario's Art Gallery. You must visit the famous Hill House, an amazing piece of architecture built in 1903 by the business magnate Sir Henry Mill Palat. This historical house is usually used as a museum. It has also been used many times as a set for the filming of movies and TV shows.
Wow,
It's
look at
totally
that.
worth taking a look at this creepy but fancy house. While exploring Toronto, you will find
What's the name of this tower right here? I've seen this before, like quite a lot, but what is it? The Pin something, I think it's called?
some interesting spots, like CN Tower.
CN
Next to
Tower?
Ontario's lake, you can find this famous tower, the most popular in the country. 553 meters high with a stunning 360-degree view, which will allow you to see the whole city from a panoramic view. Number 5. Ottawa.
How much does it cost to go in the CN Tower? I'm sure it isn't free.
Canada has a lot to show, and its capital could not fall behind. While visiting Ottawa, you can delight yourself by its rich architecture, a mix of picturesque Gothic buildings with formalistic
God, it looks like Big Ben. There's so many similarities to England here. This looks just like Big Ben, just a smaller version of it.
structure. Take a walk in their streets to enjoy the view of Parliament Hill and other government buildings. There are multiple museums and art galleries you can find in Ottawa. Places like Laurier's House or Canada's War Museum have some artistic and historical pieces for you to discover. If you enjoy nature rather than city lights, take a walk by the Rideau Waterway, the oldest river in North America. This huge river is considered World Heritage, and it connects Ottawa City with Lake Ontario. Number 6. Golden, British Columbia. Located in the middle of 6 national parks, Golden is one of the most beautiful places to visit in Canada
It's stunning,
for
man.
outdoor and wildlife adventures. Summer activities here include hiking, rock climbing, mountain biking, paragliding, and even heli rafting. Be sure to visit Glacier Park, Yoho, and the Columbia Wetlands, located just south of the city.
Gosh, I wish we had national parks like this here. I mean, we do, but they're just not as big. They're not as I was going to use the word stunning, but like the Lake District is stunning, but that's the only real one that I've been to.
This is
Like
North
this.
America's longest protected wetlands and home to over 200 different species of birds and
Wow,
animals.
look at that.
If you're interested in wildlife, stop by the Grizzly Bear Refuge at Kicking Horse Mountain Resort. Make sure to pay a
size of
visit
it.
to its famous resident
It's
bear,
huge.
Boo, or take a walk on the wild side with wolves at the Wolf Center. Number 7. Vancouver.
Look at that skyline.
Vancouver is
Wow.
meant to be experienced outdoors. Thanks to its temperate climate and abundance of rain, this city has its fair share of lush outdoor spaces, the largest among them being Stanley Park. If you're not up for strolling its nearly 1,000 acres, visit some of the city's other beloved outdoor attractions, like Queen Elizabeth Park or Van Dusen Botanical Garden. For a real thrill, take a walk across the Capilano Suspension Bridge, which hovers 230 feet above the Capilano River. When you're ready to refuel, you'll have your pick of delicious market eats at Granville Island and
Granville
Lonsdale
Island.
Quay. Number 8. Jasper National Park.
Seems like there's just so much beautiful nature in Canada. Like, it just seems like there's just an abundance of massive national parks, wildlife. Yeah. If you're an outdoorsy person, it seems like Canada's just like perfect.
You cannot enjoy this country without visiting this park. Before you even get here, you will have already enjoyed one of the most beautiful views in the whole world by crossing the Icefields Parkways. There, you can gaze at the Athabasca Glacier and enjoy the views of various turquoise rivers. And if you're lucky enough, you'll be able to see a grizzly bear. Just not up too close. Another impressive thing that characterizes Canada is the Northern Lights. In Jasper National Park, you'll be able to see the Northern Lights from May until September.
Wow.
Number 9. Cape Breton Island. Located on the East Coast, Cape Breton makes for a great place for a road trip. One of the highlights of the island is the Cabot Trail, which is a 300-kilometer route through the Cape Breton Highlands National Park.
Okay, quick question, guys. If you had 2 weeks to spend in Canada, right, and you wanted to see at least 3 different cities, how would you plan it out? logistics wise, and how much is it going to cost me? Assuming that, I'll probably be spending most of it in like Airbnbs, maybe hotels. I probably need to rent a car. Like, how much is this going to cost me? How would you plan it? Like, share your knowledge with me, please.
Along the way, you'll be driving through a mix of terrain, including scenic coastal roads and hills. For those feeling adventurous, Cape Breton offers various hiking routes, including the Skyline Trail, which you could explore for epic views of rural Canada. Number 10. St. John's.
Wow, it's like a town on
In
like
Canada's
a hillside.
far eastern province of Newfoundland and Labrador is the historic and friendly city of St. John's. This is the main gateway for air travelers to the island of Newfoundland, but many people come simply to enjoy the city. Colorful buildings line the sloping streets that run along hills with views out over the harbor.
Yeah, I like how the houses are all different colors, Here, I think you don't see that much of that, like in most areas. In a few you might, but here it seems like people are a lot more allowed to express themselves in terms of the outdoor decor.
The city also has numerous historic sites and attractions, including Signal Hill, George Street, and Cape Spear Lighthouse. But the real appeal is the vibrant atmosphere, the people, and the maritime culture that makes this city so unique from mainland Canada. From the cosmopolitan streets of Toronto to the mountain peaks of the Canadian Rockies,
A lot of
Canada
variety.
features a diverse set of vacation destinations. So, which one of these places in Canada are you planning to visit during your next holiday? Don't think too much. Just pack your bags and book your trip to Canada and
think
try
I might.
visiting each of the above listed places. If you enjoyed this
I really want to. I'm doing it. I just wish that I had, more like time, Anybody that works, that has a job, knows that you just don't get unlimited, paid vacation. So it's just trying to balance the time that I have between the holidays I want to take. But I definitely think I could probably do 2 weeks in Canada. I really want to do it. I've done America quite a lot now. I've been to quite a lot of the states there. Well, not a lot, to be honest, but a good amount of them. I want to see what Canada has, and it seems like there's a lot going on. The national parks look stunning. The cities look comparable to London. Everything that you can do in London, you could probably do in Toronto. And the food I've heard is really, really good too, which as a massive foodie, that is exactly what I want to hear. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.